It's amazing what's being considered a rebuttal or a smackdown these days. You don't have to refute any points. You don't even have to make sense. All you really gotta do is yell and cuss and call names, and then all the other people who don't like the person you're talking about will applaud you. Oh, you sure told her. Told me what? Can somebody tell me a single point of mine that Daywalker refuted? Now, of course, Daywalker thought that was a good video, but for people to actually agree with him, do you know what you're agreeing with? You're agreeing with the guy whom I have told upwards of 3 times that he has never seen me, and he continues to comment on my looks.
You always want to make things about how men find women physically appealing, which you aren't. You aren't.
That's like Roger Ebert reviewing a movie before he's even seen it. But this just goes to show you how desperate Daywalker is to get at me that he doesn't even care if he makes sense. This is also a guy who complains about the belligerence of black women, yet he speaks to me rudely even though I've done nothing to him.
You say, I've done nothing to you, as if I give a fuck.
So is this what qualifies as so-called telling people off for you guys? I've done nothing to you. I don't give a fuck. Ooh, he told me.
I can be rude to your ass or any other motherfucker on this planet all I choose to.
Well, of course you can, but if you're being rude for no reason, it makes you look silly. I mean, seriously, did a grown man just say I can be rude to you if I want to be? What are you, 5? Do you have any points to make, or is this just a 26-minute temper tantrum? It's a tantrum, isn't it?
I don't have to like you. As a matter of fact, I don't like you.
Oh, you know, up until this point, I thought you did. Now keep in mind, these comments were left on my Nothing to Lose video, which is a video about why some people don't use contraception. Yet he ends up talking about a video that I uploaded almost 3 months ago on January 19th. I took the video down just over a month ago on February 7th. So why is this guy bringing this video up when it has nothing to do with this video called Nothing to Lose?
Now what's the problem here? You're pissed off that an Asian woman wants to get with a black man, but yet and still you find no problem with your black ass getting with an Asian man and having kids by him.
Even though that was never said in the video, Daywalker is referring to my Wigger Advantage video. For those of you who saw the video, and you still can if you know where to look, you'll know that I said repeatedly what the point of the video was. Not only did he miss the point of the video, he invented a point that I never said.
If you're going to sit here and talk about black men getting with other races of other women and not being able to make black kids, then you need to take that same advice you gave to them.
I do. When did I say I could make black kids with a non-black man? When did I say my children were going to be fully black? Now to a different point.
And I've also noticed that, a lot of the time when you make these videos, you always want to go back to a quote-unquote beauty standard.
I bring up the beauty standard when responding to Sergeant Willie Pete on some things because he has a preference for non-black women, or for black women who have features that are atypical for black people. But I've never brought up the beauty standard in response to a Captain Solo video, or a Pink Elephant video, or a Soul in Black video, or an International Booby video. You see, I don't feel that their videos are motivated by not being attracted physically to black women. However, that is the motivation for Sergeant Willie Pete's videos, no matter what he tells you. So yes, I talk about looks when I'm responding to him, and I have brought it up to a few other black guys whom I also feel like they never liked black women to begin with. SWP has made a lot of videos, and I've done the most video responses to him, so it might make it seem like I'm always talking about it, but really I'm not.
Then you say, why do I need to be prettier than Ann Vu or any other chick? What does being prettier than her earn me? What does it earn you? Well, let's see. It hasn't done too bad as far as Ann Vu is concerned because she has what you want.
So it sounds like to me you're saying she got where she is because of her looks and not because she's actually good at what she does. Any woman who prides herself on the work she does would be offended by that. That's not much better than accusing a woman of fucking her way to the top. You are not doing Ann Vu a favor or paying her a compliment by saying that. Now, Daywalker, if you want my opinion, and you do, she didn't get to where she is because of her looks or her talent. She's a novelty. She's got the Eminem factor. Eminem actually is a good rapper, but a huge part of his success is the fact that he's a white boy who's a good rapper. And your girl is an Asian woman who speaks with a black accent, has an interest in black culture and black people, so that makes her a novelty. Not to mention the fact that she's an Asian chick with the features and a body type that black people tend to prefer. But I already explained all this in my Wigger Advantage video, but what you heard was,
you're pissed off that an Asian woman wants to get with a black man, but yet and still you find no problem with your black ass getting with an Asian man and having kids by him.
This is what I'm up against.
She has people that honestly follow her and want to know what she says as a result of her being attractive.
Well, I don't know how many listeners or viewers she gets to her show, but my YouTube channel does get more views than her YouTube channel, so what do you have to say about that? She looks way better than me, right? But I'm getting way more views.
Do you honestly think people fucking looked at Anna Nicole Smith because she's a fucking rocket scientist?
No, it's because she was a train wreck.
Fuck no. She's nice to look at.
Oh my God. You went to name a beautiful woman and Anna Nicole Smith is the first person you thought of? Half the time that chick looked like a drag queen, God rest her soul. If you think Anna Nicole Smith has noteworthy beauty, I don't care what you think about my looks.
Yeah. People that are attractive garner other people wanting to see what they have to say.
So what makes you watch me? Say, Walker. You damn near said I was ugly, so obviously it's not my looks. Could it be that you find me interesting? That's okay. You don't have to admit it. We already know.
And we already know the poor job black women do when it comes to ensuring that young black boys are able to take care of themselves. Don't we? You heard me first time. Or I guess you don't got shit to fucking say right now, do you?
Is this what y'all call him telling me off? Bringing up something that ain't got nothing to do with me? I don't have any children, much less any sons, but when I do, they will be well nurtured. What does some other black chicks mistreating their sons have to do with me? If I brought up to you all the black guys who abandoned their children, you would say, that ain't me, that's Ray Ray and Pookie. Why don't you go and talk to the black women who are doing this stuff you're talking about? Miss me with it.
What's the matter? A little bit too real for your ass?
Yes, real nonsensical. Now this next clip is hilarious. You have got to hear this. Dave Walker slams his own comment. Now he is about to read something I wrote, but I was quoting him. Listen to what he says to his own quote.
Then you quote me again and say the fact that your ass sat here and made a video stating that brothers could never have children that would look like them with women of other races was just a bunch of bullshit. No, it wasn't a bunch of bullshit. It was the truth.
Did you catch that? Just in case you missed it, this quote right here is his own quote. The fact that your ass sat here and made a video stating that brothers could never have children that would look like them with women of other races was just a bunch of bullshit. But then he goes and says, no, it wasn't bullshit. It's the truth. That is pure thickness of skull. Way to pwn yourself, dude.
The truth of the fact is that your child is going to be considered black, whether you like it or whether you don't.
Well, first of all, it's not about what I like or dislike. It's about facts. And second of all, it was never disputed by me that biracial people who are half black are considered black. I know that. That's not the issue here. I am not disputing that society considers a lot of half black people to be black. The issue is that I'm saying that's incorrect. It's scientifically unsupported. You can look at the genetics of a black person and a biracial person and see the difference. And most of the time you can look at the outside and see the difference.
One black parent equates black, period.
Wow, why are you so invested in this? Actually, I have a theory. We're all aware of the gender war that was going on between black guys and black girls. And during that war, both sides were trying to one-up the other side. And one way they were doing this was by making arguments that would eliminate the need for the other side. The women did this by saying, well, we don't need you guys. We can make our own money, we got our own jobs, we can pay our own bills, and we can even raise our own kids if we need to. So the black women had successfully closed the circle in their argument, and again, I'm talking about the argument, not actual reality. They closed the circle in their argument, and that circle closure eliminated the need for men, or more specifically, black guys. So when the black men heard the black women's argument, the black men said, okay, that's fine. Do your thing. We don't need you either. We'll go get women of other races. And just like black women came up with their list of things that they didn't need black men for, we don't need you for support, we don't need you for money, we don't need you to raise our kids, etc., etc. The black men in turn came up with their own list. Well, we don't need you guys for sex, we don't need you guys for dates, we don't need you for girlfriends, we don't need you for marriage, and we don't need you to have kids. So then black women came back with, oh, you're selling out, there's not going to be any more beautiful black babies, yada yada yada. So then of course, if black women are going to go there, the black guys are going to want the one-drop rule to apply. Or they're going to want to say, well, if the father's black, then the kid's black. I really think that some of these guys are pushing for the one black rule or the one black parent rule simply so black women can't come in and say that black men need them for anything. If black women can say that black men need black women to make black kids, then that leaves a little gap in their circle. And you can't win a gender war with a gap in your circle. Again, silly as the gender war is, it's all about one-upmanship. And I'm not saying this is the only reason some people are pushing for the one-drop rule. It's just one little theory I have. Now let me tell you what Daywalker and company over on Gen X will do with the theory I just laid out. 2 or 3 months down the line, I'll post a video on a totally different subject. And they will leave a comment on my video or even somebody else's video saying that 2 or 3 months ago, you heard me first time said in a video that black women don't need black men. They've got their own money and can pay their own bills and can raise their own children. She's a feminist. They'll totally ignore the context in which I said it. Case in point, Daywalker says in a video that I said that black men should only get with black women.
Show me in that video or anywhere else that I said black men should not get with non-black women. This was never said. No, it was said. It was said by you before.
Okay, fine. Where's your proof?
And I'm not going to sit here and go through every last video you've ever made because, frankly, I don't really give that much of a fuck. But I have seen a video where you said that black men should get with black women.
Oh, how convenient. And that's why I don't take all these little comments that they leave about me seriously. If you don't have an example, fuck it. Half of you guys don't even seem to have the brain capacity to grasp what I say. You can only get bits and pieces of it.
I am not against interracial marriage for black men or anyone else, but the children produced from interracial marriage are biracial. That was the point of my video. Bitch, you have no fucking point.
Really? This is what you call him telling me off? Bitch, you ain't got no point? That's an example of him laying the smackdown? Like I said, harshness equals truth to some people.
Let's start with your children. Your children will be the same squinty-eyed, slanty-eyed, fucking chink motherfucking bastards.
I'm sure Aunt Vu would love to hear you say that. Just so you know, I won't be making children that look like Tiger Woods, or that rapper called Savage. My children will probably look more like Chili from TLC, or Tatiana Ali, or Kamala Harris, or Ananda Lewis. You got the wrong type of Asian, genius.
And I know I'm sounding like a fucking jerk right now, and I agree that I sound like a fucking jerk right now.
Well, no argument there.
You can be mad at me for fucking pointing out the obvious all you want. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my god, the only mad person here is you. I'm calm. You're yelling and calling people bitches and talking about niggers and chinks and all that.
You have a hell of a lot of fucking nerve coming on here in the first fucking place trying to tell black men about themselves.
Huh. Would you care to give an example? Course not. You ain't got time to go look for no example.
You don't give a fuck about us. You don't fucking care.
Oh, please, don't play the victim. That is such a bitch move. As I've said before, I care about people who care about me. Anybody who's been nice to me, I've been nice to them. You have not been nice to me, and you don't give a fuck about that. So I'm not gonna be nice to you, and I don't care about you. That there is how it works. We 69 or it's nothing. So take that little whiny victim thing you just did and save that drama for your mama. Dude gonna talk trash to me the whole video and then at the end try to garner sympathy and play the victim. Who the hell do you think you're running that game on?
Matter of fact, to show you just how much you don't care, you went out and deliberately said, you know what, I'm not trying to be with a black man.
Oh God, more lies and deception. This was never said. Anybody who's watched most of my videos knows that I described a time in my life where I was exclusively looking for black men. This guy doesn't care if what he says is true, he just says it. He ain't got time to be worded with no facts.
And if I tell you my opinion and how I feel about the shit, then I'm being disrespectful. I'm being disrespectful. I can't have a fucking opinion, can I?
Like the saying goes, it's not what you say, it's the way you say it. I don't care if you challenge me. You can say what you want to say. Maybe leave out the word bitch though.
Rude. Yeah, right. Rude? I'm rude? Huh. Yeah, right, bitch.
Maybe leave out the insults. But no, you gotta be a badass.
I can be rude to your ass or any other motherfucker on this planet all I choose to.
That's why you're being called rude. Not for having an opinion. Don't play. Well, I made it through all 26 minutes of his dribble. What points of mine did he refute? What did he tell me off on? How did he put me in my place? He told me I wasn't physically appealing. He got mad at me because some other black women aren't taking care of their black sons. Then he either blamed me for or lumped me in with black women who have been disrespecting black men for the last 40 years. I'm not even 40 years old. I've never been on a talk show. I don't know why you're laying that stuff at my door. But you can definitely come back and get it. Yeah, I said you can't make black kids with non-black women, but how is that disrespecting you? How is that something to get mad and cuss me out about? Your whole vid was just pathetic, Daywalker, and then you call yourself telling me off. You wish you told me off. In your dreams you told me off. Next time if you're going to make a video response to me, refute something, make an actual point, don't embarrass yourself.